Hey Margaret, this is a this is a quickie just for you. Since no one's here. It's summertime. Anyways, we're gonna do six sun salutations and then we're gonna go into the moon salutations. I do like to warm up because it's even though it's a cooler practice, it's also quite deep because we're opening the groin. So I like to warm up because of that. So let's come onto our mat and just do some slithers. And moving the hips, and where is it today that might, well, might be a little stiff, either from walking or boating or or doing something that is uplifting and making your spirits soar. Listen, we'll do it. Inhale up and exhale down, just for real light and easy, warming up the shoulders and warming up the legs, the hamstrings, and the calves, and exhaling down and inhaling up, nice and loose. No form, just let it happen. And if you feel like staying down there and undulating, we'll do that when we go down, but let's, and then coming up. And then coming into standing, into Anjali. Okay, are we there? Yes, we are. Nice and grounded. Pelvis neutral. Feeling the texture of the mat beneath your toes. Crown of the head lifting to the sky. And soft breath. Extending the exhalation. Letting the inhale expand the rib cage out to the side. And the shoulders remain still. Tongue at the roof of the mouth. Inhaling, sweeping up. And exhaling down, flat back. Hands beside the feet. First one, nice. Round with some undulation. You can take your hips all the way around. And even feel the rib cage expand. Move. Mhm. Bend the knees. Inhaling, taking the left foot all the way back. Coming into the nice groin stretches, some undulations here. Front knee over the ankle. Yep. Lifting the back knee up, moving the leg into plank. Coming down onto the palms, shoulder blades down the back. First plank. Keeping the shoulder blades down the back. Exhaling, lowering the knees for 8-point to reverse. And coming forward and up into cobra. Shoulder blades down the back. Tuck the toes under. Press back. Yum, 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 yum. And some walking the dog. Keeping the arms with the hands on the mat, and there's a pulling away from the mat to a nice little stretch there. Looking in between the hands, inhaling, left foot forward. Lunge and undulation on the other side. And back down, exhale, bringing back foot forward. Change my feet so I can get a nice inhaling up with the arms straight. And beautiful. Exhaling over to the left. Pressing the toes into the mat as you lift and over to the right, exhaling. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I hope the sound is okay. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling right leg back, backing on the floor. Just give it a nice little stretch. Another little stretch in the lunge. Right leg. Exhaling into 8 pointed up and inhaling to cobra. Toes under and come back into downward dog. Nice long stretch, reaching the tailbone up and then roll through, inhaling right foot. Backing on the floor for now. Just going to flow through the next 4. And then lift the back knee off, exhaling. And inhaling up. Exhaling over to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Inhaling up. Now we're going to pick up the speed. Exhaling down. Sorry, honey. I just want to take my mat back a little bit. There, exhale down. Inhaling left leg and hold the breath. Plank. Lower onto the palms. Exhaling into 8-pointed, inhaling up into cobra. Exhaling back into downward dog. Up into the toes, rolling through, inhaling left foot. Exhaling right foot. Inhaling up. And exhaling over to the left, inhaling up. Exhaling over to the right. Nice tight pelvis. Exhaling down and back. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling right leg back. Open the plank. Exhale down. 8-point up into cobra. The toes under back. Into downward dog. Welcome to the thing. Roll through. Inhaling right foot. Exhaling left foot. Inhaling up. And exhaling over to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Looking up at the third eye. Exhaling down. Inhaling. Left leg back. Hold it. Leg down on the palms. Exhaling into 8-point. Pressing the thumb mounts into the mat. Coming up into cobra. Pressing back on an exhale. Back into downward dog. Up onto the toes. Roll through. Inhaling left foot. Exhale on the right foot. Inhaling up, flat back. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. A last one here. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling right foot back. Hold the breath. Inhaling. And the elbows press the thumbnails. Exhaling down. 8-point. Inhaling up. Into cobra. Oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Exhaling back. Downward dog. Up to the toes. Roll through. Inhaling right foot. Exhaling left foot. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Great. And then standing in Pranamasana. At the heart rate. Come back. Breath rate. Feeling that sense of fullness. Feels awesome. So to go into the Moon Salutations, you might need a block, and you might not, but having one handy just in case. I'm going to start. I'm going to start over. I'm just going to turn this off. Ta-da. So we're going to start on the left. And because it's cooling, consider that the breath still is going along with it, but the poses are more gentle in a sense. Is there's no weight bearing, but there's a lot of hip opening. So in the first one, interestingly enough, we're going to inhale up, do the swaying palm. We'll inhale up, and you can either take a clasped hand with a steeple pose, or you can reverse the palm. So whatever you like. And we're going to exhale first over to the left, and then press the toes into the mat, inhale up, and exhale over to the right. Inhale up. And we're going to step into goddess. So coming out, step into goddess. And so the arms are up, shoulders down, hands back. And see how low you can come into the goddess pose. Knees back. And then we're going to go into triangle. So this is where you might need your block. So the feet, the back foot turns 45 and the front foot turns forward. And you can also do maybe a first one as the triangle is here with hands on the thighs and up, or unless you like to go down. And the key to the triangle is keeping both sides straight and not rounding. So you choose your what would keep the sides straight. And if we can go down onto the ground and keep the sides straight, that's also really great. Then exhaling down the top hand, we're going to switch the back foot straight. We're going to go to Parsifal Tanasana, and that's forward. And there's another reason why you might want the block is maybe this is the best way to have the front leg straight. Or if it's too much, then you just play with it. We're going, because now we're going to take the back foot and go into a lunge. Okay, so we've got another lunge. And then the hands come in front because we're going to be switching to go into half squat, Ardha Malasana, which is going to switch around and the weight goes right over. So this is where with your hip, having the block is probably a good idea or something. And if you're going to do this on a regular basis, it's an excellent one to be working on that hip. I also suggest just sitting in Baddha Konasana because then you're not going anywhere. Because what we're going to do is we're going to then go into full squat. So angling whatever it is that you need with the block, standing like a nice standing. This can be a nice squat, especially in the beginning to just warm up. So whatever, play around and honor the body as to where do you want to start. Okay. So we would hang out here because then we're going to go over to the other side. So we're going to now go over to the right and go into half squat. So half squat on one side, squat in the middle, half squat in the other. So we're really getting a good stretch in the groin, right in the groin there. And then pressing up, and we're going to turn into lunge, right? So we're actually doing the same thing on the other side. We've got a lunge. Okay. And then from here, we'll go into Parsifal, our front leg straight. So using your block and taking your blocks around. And then switching the back foot 45 degrees. And then we go up into triangle. Right? Right, so you can do that straight-legged, or you can even do a bent knee. Whatever just kind of play with it, because if you do this on a regular basis, you're going to see all this growth of opening up the groin, and like you did with Sun Salutations, and then coming up into back into Goddess. Knees are open, so you've got a little bit of activity in the thighs and the chin back, tongue of the mouth. And then just a little bit of a shift, because we're going to go over to this side, take the hands up, and go over to the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Inhaling up and exhaling down. So that's around doing both sides. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's do the other side. We'll go back to the other side, inhaling up, over to the right. Inhaling up, over to the left, pressing the toes into the mat, keeping the pelvis neutral. Stepping into Goddess. And then we're going over to this side because we're going back again. So we're going triangle on this side. You don't need to squeak. You got triangle. Nice easy breath. And then we've got parcel, so the back foot turns a little bit so you can go straight forward. And then bending the front knee, taking the back foot into lunge. Back as the knee is over the ankle. And bringing both hands into the center, lifting up the back knee as you take the weight over to the right and turn the left leg foot up, elbow on this side. So just going into whichever lunge you'd like. You're going to choreograph that. Nice, easy breath. And then press into the mat. Bring your feet forward into your version of your squat. Yeah, so good on the sacrum, groin. So whatever version you're using, and then take the left foot out, lift up, press over the side so you even get some activity in the thighs. Open the groin here. Yeah. And then mindfully, you're going to move the hands and feet and legs now to go into lunge. Great. Yeah. Oh, feels so good, doesn't it? Aren't we lucky to have a body? And then back into the parcel. Front straight leg. And if the leg bends, doesn't matter. Block here. Then shift the back foot 45 degrees so you can go into triangle. Nice. Exhaling down the back foot. And then, so we're going to go into Goddess. Up, shoulder blades down, elbows up, knees back, and then switch. Feet together, reverse the palms or steeple. Exhale over to the right. Pressing the toes into the mat, inhaling up, and exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up and exhaling down. So we've done 2 reps. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit. So inhaling up, exhaling over to the left, inhaling up, exhaling over to the right. Inhaling up, stepping into Goddess, taking a breath, and then switching into triangle. Right, nice. Looking up at the hand, so it works the neck too. Exhaling down the right hand and turning the back foot for parcel. Bending the front knee, taking the right foot back into lunge. Beautiful. Nice stretch there. Moving the hands into the middle, lifting the back knee up and turning the front knee forward and coming into your version of a half squat. A little bit of, so the weight is right over that foot as much as possible. Pressing in, bringing the right foot in for squat, choreographing whatever it is. Yeah. Yep. Open that groin. Feel that nice stretch. And then taking the right foot out to the side and coming over onto the right half squat. Even breath. You can see how great this would be if you were doing it on a regular basis. And we can do this several times in the class. And then you're going to switch over into your lunge. Yeah, we can do this in class more. Good. Get a nice lunge, like coming up in this parcel with a block or whatever. And then the back foot 45 degrees for triangle, Trikonasana. Oh, it's such a nice little. Then the front knee, and then bring the other foot. I think I'm a little off balance today because I'm so excited about going to circle with you guys and going to Shirley Cafe, or we could change it. We could also go to my chosen cafe. And exhaling forward, exhaling over to the right, inhaling up, exhaling over to the left. Inhaling up, pressing the toes into the mat. I feel really anchors the whole, like the pelvis and the abdomen. And inhale, go back, inhaling up, first palm or steeple, exhaling over to the right, inhaling up, exhaling over to the left, inhaling up, stepping out into goddess, changing to go into triangle, switching the front foot. You can take the back foot back a little bit more if you want. Yeah. Exhaling down the front hand, turning the back foot. So now you can go into parcel, front leg straight, forward bend. We'll slide the back foot forward lunge. And then take both hands in the middle. Switch the back foot so the foot is picking up, and we've got all our weight over for a half squat. That right. And then lift up a little bit. We might hang here for just a moment. And that's the nice thing is do it on your own. Just hang out and then bring that foot in. A full squat. Choreographing. Nice easy breath. And then coming up and taking the left foot out and coming over to the left. Great. And if you can flex the front foot, that'd be great. And then turning up and around because we're going to go into lunge, so the hands come beside the feet. Get a nice lunge here. Lifting the back knee off, straight leg. Coming forward. Horizontal. And then leaving the left hand on the mat, turning the back foot 45 degrees for triangle. Yeah. And then bending the front knee, coming up, and bringing yourself into goddess. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. Shoulders down, elbows up, knees back, and then coming up, exhaling over, exhaling to the right, inhaling up, and exhale to the left, pressing the toes into the mat, inhaling up, and exhaling down. So you've done 4, we'll do 2 more, one on each side. Inhaling up, exhaling to the left, pressing the toes into the mat, lift up, engage the core, exhaling over to the right. Inhale, engage the core, coming up, stepping into goddess, knees back, shoulders down, elbows up. Exhaling, turning the feet, moving into triangle. Nice. Exhaling, the right hand down, turning the back foot and moving into parcel. Front leg straight. Bending the front knee and taking back into lunge. Holding it there. Nice. Taking both hands in front and lifting up the back knee and moving over. So now we're going into half squat over to the left. Take the hand back. You can get the spinal twist in there. Yeah. And then press into the mat. You can activate your knees. Bring the right foot in and coming in to squat. You might be feeling, it feels so much better now. I've warmed up. And now lifting up and taking the right foot over and now moving into over to the right side. Once again, you can also take the left hand back and do a little bit of a spinal twist. And then bring the hand down, coordinating, coming into the lunge, turning the back knee down towards the mat, coming into lunge. Then parcel. Front leg straight, back, both legs straight. Turning the back foot 45 degrees, coming into triangle, your version, triangle. Whatever makes your body feel like, yay, it works. Bending the front knee, turning the front foot in just a little bit, and come into goddess. Shoulders down, elbows up, knees back, and head back. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. And then stepping, we're going to step to the right, but we're going to lean a little bit to the left and then push off, up, exhaling over to the right, inhaling up, exhaling over to the left, inhaling up, exhaling down. Nice. Last one, inhaling up, exhaling over to the right, engage the core as you come up, exhaling over to the left, inhaling, engage the core, Stepping out into goddess. Knees out, shoulders down, elbows up, chin back, turn it for the mouth, smile, and turning the back foot to go into triangle, 45 degrees, coming down. So the front foot goes straight. Remember that you want yours both sides equal rather than rounding, so there's a nice extension through the spine. Yeah, deep stretches. Exhaling down the hand, turning the back foot so you can go into parcel. And you can bend your knee if that's feeling like, oh yeah, good, or use your block and come up higher. And then slip the back foot into a lunge. Mm. Yeah. And then bring the hands into the center. Turn the front foot 45 degrees, and then coming into half squat elbow. Nicely was pushing that groin open. Back foot. You can see why at night this would be a much gentler, cooler practice. And then press the hands into the mat, lift up, push your foot into the mat, bring the left foot in. You might have to drag it. And into squat. Easy breath. And then taking the right foot out and moving over. The left foot out and moving over. Yeah. And turning around, coordinating it to go into this is so good for your hips, right? So coordinating however you can to move in a way that activates to a certain degree but doesn't annoy the groin. Coming into lunge. And then back into parcel. And if you like, you can even flex the front foot. That's much deeper. Coming back down and adjusting the back foot for triangle. And then taking the hand in, bending the front knee and coming up into the butts. Bringing that right leg in, shoulders down. Beautiful. Elbows up, back, chin back, tongue at the roof of the mouth. And then we're going to lean a little bit to the right, coming to the left. Inhaling up the arms, exhaling over to the right, pressing the toes into the mat, engaging the core. Inhaling up, exhaling over to the left. Arms by the ears, inhaling up, or in alignment with the ears, exhaling down. Into Anjali. Connecting with the breath, sensations of the body, and wholeness of being. And then lie on your mat for a couple of minutes of Chaturmasana. Let the body settle into the mat and take the awareness wherever is vying for attention, whichever is the strongest. Do 4 or 5 fuller breaths and then allow the breath to become natural. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Get a good stretch. Mm-hmm. A little bit more. And you're going to come up to a seated position or get on with your day. I like to end with at least checking in. Après Chittanasana. Feel that nice center. A few fuller breaths with a relaxed belly. Enjoying the fullness of the prana, the liveliness, and at the same time, the grounding and expansiveness. This is the time when we heal. And then bring the hands together. Namaste. Mhm. 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 Well, it was nice doing class alone with you. See you shortly. I hope you enjoyed this. It's such a, it is a real, we're going to do it more in class for sure. Bye, Anne.